The newly released Wednesday Season 2 Part 2 trailer is packed with some clues about what's coming next. I've combed through the footage and picked out some subtle details that might have flown under the radar. Let's see how these hints could shape the plot of Part 2. One of the trailer's biggest surprises is the return of Principal Larissa Weems as a ghostly spirit guide visible only to Wednesday. In the opening scene, Wednesday awakens in a hospital bed after her near-death fall in Part 1's finale to find Weems in a nurse's uniform. Weems was killed in Season 1, so seeing her again is a shock. If you look closely, it's clear she isn't truly alive. She even tells Wednesday, "I am your new spirit guide."
If I'm not dead, then why are you here?
Because I am your new spirit guide.
Surprise! This detail hints that Wednesday, having lost contact with Goody Addams' ghost, now has Weems as her new spectral mentor. She's here to help Wednesday, but also to resolve her own unfinished business. Weems warns Wednesday, "If you don't hurry, you'll have nothing left to save," urging her that time is running out. I believe this foreshadows a ticking clock prophecy in Part 2, likely involving Enid's fate. Weems might guide Wednesday through nightmares and visions, sharpening Wednesday's psychic abilities. However, I also sense Weems may need something in return. Perhaps she can't rest in peace until a certain mystery at Nevermore is solved. In short, Weems's ghostly comeback signals a darker, supernatural turn for Part 2's story. Another quick detail in the trailer is a shot of a weathered gravestone marked Addams with the first name scratched off. This comes right after a scene of Wednesday holding a seance with Morticia and Gomez. Morticia ominously mentions dark family secrets, underscoring that the Addams family's past will be pivotal. The obscured name on the tombstone immediately got my attention. Who could this forgotten Addams be? Given that Part 1 repeatedly referenced Ophelia, my hunch is that this grave belongs to Ophelia Addams, a family member whose tragic story has been buried in more ways than one. I think Wednesday will literally unearth an old chapter of Addams' history to save the day. In Part 1, we learned Ophelia was a Nevermore student with psychic powers like Wednesday, until she pushed her ability too far and was sent to the Willow Hill Asylum decades ago. Her ultimate fate is a mystery. Morticia says Ophelia went away, and even 20 years later, they don't know what became of her. The trailer's tombstone could mean Ophelia died under hush-hush circumstances, or perhaps the family pretended she died. I think Wednesday's seance is an attempt to contact this very aunt, or uncover what Grandmama and Morticia have been hiding. The dark chapter in her family's history mentioned in the official synopsis likely refers to Ophelia's story and whatever happened at that asylum, which apparently has direct ties to Tyler. Perhaps Ophelia encountered a Hyde or other monster during her time at Willow Hill, possibly Tyler's mother or an ancestor, connecting the Addams and Galpin family destinies. Ophelia might have tried to cure or control a Hyde with her powers, and it went terribly wrong, explaining both her breakdown and providing a clue for Wednesday on how to handle Tyler now. In short, this hidden Addams relative is likely the key to Part 2's central mystery, and Wednesday digging into that secret could unlock a way to stop Tyler's rampage. Right at the end of the trailer, we hear a cryptic female voice warn, "Beware, there will be a price to pay," in an eerie tone.
Beware. There will be a price to pay.
Many fans, and I as well, instantly recognized it as Lady Gaga's voice. Interestingly, the trailer does not show this character on screen, making her a true mystery cameo. Netflix had previously announced Lady Gaga would guest star in Season 2 as a Nevermore teacher named Rosalind Rotwood, but Jenna Ortega recently let slip that this was misinformation. She's not a teacher. Whatever you heard, it's wrong. That huge clue got me thinking, if Gaga isn't playing a teacher, who is she playing? Given all the hints, I strongly believe Lady Gaga is portraying Ophelia Addams in Part 2. Gaga's unseen character is likely Ophelia's spirit or astral presence reaching out to Wednesday. The ominous warning, "There will be a price to pay," means that meddling with fate or dark magic will come at a heavy cost. This could be Ophelia cautioning her niece from beyond, or it might hint that Ophelia herself became something dangerous. Could Ophelia be both an ally and a cautionary tale? If Gaga is indeed Ophelia, I imagine she might appear in ghostly form or visions, much like Goody did in Season 1. However, unlike Goody, Ophelia's motives might be more complex. She could be a tragic figure who tried to cheat prophecy before and paid that price, now warning Wednesday not to repeat her mistakes. On the other hand, there's a possibility she could manifest physically. Perhaps Ophelia is not truly dead after all. Netflix has kept her casting top secret, which tells me her reveal will be a big moment. The fact that Catherine Zeta-Jones joked that Gaga's character is probably related to the Addams only strengthens my conviction. In my eyes, Lady Gaga's mysterious role will turn out to be Wednesday's long-lost Aunt Ophelia, finally coming into the story to either help resolve the family curse or possibly serve as a formidable supernatural antagonist. Either way, that voice cameo in the trailer is a huge clue that Part 2 will introduce a powerful new Addams Family player. The trailer makes it clear that Tyler Galpin is on the loose again, and more menacing than ever. We see rapid shots of Tyler in monster form terrorizing Nevermore's grounds and even the town of Jericho. One revealing detail is a tense confrontation between Wednesday and her best friend Enid. Enid, clearly upset, snaps at Wednesday. "Fix it? You're the reason he escaped." If you missed that line, it's crucial. It implies that Wednesday feels responsible for Tyler breaking free, and that Enid blames her for the renewed Hyde threat. This is a stark shift in their dynamic. Enid usually supports Wednesday, but now fear and anger are driving a wedge between them. I think Part 2 will test the Wednesday-Enid friendship like never before. Enid saved Wednesday from Tyler once, and according to the trailer, Tyler is now specifically targeting Enid for revenge. Wednesday likely made a miscalculation or prioritized another mystery that indirectly allowed Tyler to escape custody. Weems's ghost even comments wryly, "She has got a point," while invisible to Enid, a small detail that adds a bit of dark humor and shows Wednesday's own guilt manifesting. I predict Wednesday will have to regain Enid's trust and protect her, fulfilling the prophecy to save Enid's life. This could mean Wednesday chooses a different approach than pure vengeance. Notably, the trailer shows that no one close to Wednesday is safe from Tyler. In one scene, he even corners Enid, and we might see other friends in peril too. Wednesday will realize she can't take Tyler down alone this time. She'll need Enid and the gang, and thus must repair their bond. Tyler is no longer a manipulated pawn. He's an unleashed monster with a vendetta. This detail sets the stage for Part 2's intense action, and the final showdown will force Wednesday to make a compassionate choice or risk losing her closest friend. This detail is very easy to miss. In one quick montage clip, it appears the zombie-like monster Slurp from Part 1 is starting to turn back into a human. Slurp was a reanimated flesh-eating corpse introduced earlier this season, essentially a failed experiment unleashed from Willow Hill Asylum. The trailer snippet shows Slurp's grotesque form briefly shifting towards a more human appearance, which is highly unusual. It's presented matter-of-factly, almost as a throwaway line, but I think this is a major hint. If Slurp can be cured or reversed into human form, that means there's a method to undo monstrous transformations. This could be the breakthrough Wednesday needs to deal with Tyler's Hyde curse. Perhaps the Addams family's dark chapter involved experiments or spells to restore humanity to outcasts who'd lost control. In Part 1, we learned someone at Willow Hill was performing twisted experiments on outcasts to replicate their powers. Slurp was one result, a zombie revived and later recaptured. Now, seeing Slurp revert suggests that either the experiments are being undone or someone, maybe Uncle Fester or Grandmama Hester, who is a witch, discovered an antidote. I have a feeling Wednesday, with Weems and maybe Aunt Ophelia's guidance, will attempt a cure for Tyler rather than simply try to kill him. It aligns with the idea of Wednesday averting her prophecy in an unexpected way. The Slurp detail also makes me wonder who Slurp originally was. If he's turning human, we might learn his identity. Maybe an old friend of Stonehurst's or even an Addams ancestor. A wild thought, could Slurp somehow be related to the Addams secret? Probably not, but you never know in this show. In summary, the trailer's quick nod to Slurp's transformation hints that Part 2 isn't just about defeating monsters, it's about redeeming them. My personal take is that Wednesday will use the knowledge from her family's past to save both her friend Enid and her foe Tyler, breaking the cycle of doom. It's an ambitious direction, but this little detail makes me hopeful that Part 2's finale will be as emotionally poignant as it is thrilling. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. If you like my videos, please leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming ones.